This is garden update on June 26. I want to show you some of the changes, but also how much I'm actually already gathering. So lots of harvest happening and a lot more to come. So you can see I put a new cage here. My tomatoes and peppers definitely required now. The peppers that I already harvested have brand new peppers. And lots more to come. There's lots of blooms all over the place. My cabbages took off. I've been really getting a lot of salads. They're fantastic. And so far still holding up. I thought the heat would kill them, but no. Have a new addition. I planted another basil. This one is from the store, and I'm hoping it will survive. I'm gonna need a lot more basil this fall to can all of the tomatoes and make some sauce. My dill is doing great. My chives. Jenny's tiny tomato plant is producing like crazy. Very powerful little thing. Surprisingly, some of the peas decided still to bloom. So I'm still getting a few peas here. And still more blooms to come, so it's still holding its own. And the watermelon here really took off, so I'm happy. I'm hoping it will produce something before the frost hits. There is a few more dill plants that grew up, and radishes, and actually carrots came up. That was surprising. So I'm gonna transition here. These tomatoes are in full bloom and forming tomatoes. So let's see. You can see the small tomatoes there. Some progress here. This watermelon is finally beginning to climb, which is giving me hope that it will produce something, but it's way behind. Sorry for the noise, there is construction next door. And these tomatoes are forming. There we go. Some more peas here, surprisingly, still holding. Now, this watermelon is shocking because it's so tiny, but it decided to bloom way ahead of time. So it's really stressed out for some reason, but it's blooming. These tomato plants were really behind. They were struggling, but they're blooming now. So hopefully I'll get tomatoes out of them. This pepper is not doing well, but I've got nice carrots that came up. And I still have peas, a couple that formed, surprisingly. There's one in the back. Now, this has been my absolutely joyful corner. I added a new trellis because my cantaloupe has decided to go out of control. As you can see, it's climbing, but also my eggplants need support. These already finished blooming and they're forming eggplants, but there's lots more blooms. I have a ton of peppers. But it's really from this side that I can show better. I actually counted them. It's hard to see on the camera, but there's about 30 peppers in here. They're all different sizes, different stages, but lots and lots of peppers in. Both eggplants are doing fantastic. Lots of blooms. But again, my joy is cantaloupe. Look at that. It's growing so nicely. I have small cantaloupes here. So there is a tiny one here. This was the first one that formed. It's still there. It did not drop. There is one on the back, but I think it's gonna drop off. It's not growing. But there's still lots of blooms and lots of forming. Now this Cherokee purple heirloom tomato has large tomatoes, but it dropped all of the other blooms. As you can see, everything is dropped. So this is not my favorite. But next to it, I have these beautiful formed tomatoes. Lots of them. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And look at the ones behind them. Look at all those beans. Did I mention I have a lot of beans here? It's really hard to show, but there's a lot more beans on this side. And I've already picked quite a few, so I've been really enjoying them. My cucumber is doing well. For a while I accidentally harmed it, but it's recovering. This tomato is lovely. I need to water my plants. Look at all of these tomatoes on this. These are wonderful grape tomatoes or cherry tomatoes. Look how lovely they are. So much formed, overly productive. It's amazing. I'm loving this. Here everything is in full production mode. I'm getting a lot of greenery and lots of herbs. I've been really enjoying them. My carrots are growing nicely. I have very nice strawberries. Also, I've been enjoying those. Here we go. This is by far my favorite part, is picking all of the berries. Actually, any kind of harvest is my favorite part. Potatoes are doing great. Unfortunately, the cabbages are not, and I have no idea how to fix them. So we're gonna transition now back here. Hollyhock is getting ready to bloom. Lovely. It's going to be cute. This is a new addition. Thank you, Rochelle, for sending me this wonderful blueberry. It's actually a strawberry lemonade blueberry. There are a couple of blueberries that I already picked. They turn this lovely color, pink, when they're ripe, and they taste amazing. So, very nice addition. So I added a couple more beans here because my beans along the white fence are not doing so well. You can see they're growing nicely. So there's some here. Since the plants are dying off, they're not going to bother in. And these hollyhocks really did not take off, so I would rather have beans here. My blueberries are almost over now here on these bushes, but I've been really enjoying them. They're lovely. This has been my joy. Every day I come out here and I have blueberries. They're almost over now, but there's still some on the inside. But it has been wonderful. More hollyhocks and my cucumbers, as you can see. I can enjoy these. It's another day or so and I'll be able to pick it. There is a smaller one. It's a different variety, as you can see. There is also a lot forming. Look at these. And in the back, there's lots of formed cucumbers. As you can see, I had to clean up some of the diseased. As you can see, new cucumbers are forming. So there is still more cucumbers to come. You can see some of them had to fall off. These are damaged. And then these tomatoes had to be caged as well. They're also cherry tomatoes that I planted from seed. But they've all gone into bloom and they've gone into formation now. So beautiful tomatoes. My orange tree is still surviving. And this one has been another one of my joys. More beans. Oh yeah, lots and lots and lots of beans. Look at that. This has been one of the most productive bushes. Small bushy beans, but lots of beans and a lot more blooms to come. I have quite a few flowers that decided to flower now, despite being short and stocky. The beans are not doing well at all. This is why I replanted beans in the other pot, because here something is damaging them. You can see they're all dying off. And I actually stuck a few more in here, so hopefully they will come up in time. But all the blooms that were here, they just died off. They did not produce anything, so something is eating them. These cucumbers are really bringing me joy because they took off, they're climbing, and they have brand new cucumbers. Look at that. It's lovely. So I'm gonna have more cucumbers to come. More flowers are expected. Lovely. And the first dahlias are opening up. Oh, I love it. They're gonna be so nice. Lots of blooms on all of the flowers. So this is bringing me joy. And I'm gonna stop now. So now you've seen the update on what's happening in my garden. I'm gonna give you the last parting shot of my cucumbers and say goodbye until next time.